The city skyline, usually a beacon of hope, is now scarred by smoke and the high-pitched whine of advanced weaponry. Downtown is in chaos. Panicked screams echo off the glass and steel as citizens flee from a truly bizarre sight. A gigantic floating head in a rocket-powered armchair, MODOK, the mental organism designed only for killing, is having one of his tantrums. He unleashes psionic blasts from his forehead gem, turning cars into twisted metal sculptures and storefronts into gaping wounds. The air crackles with destructive energy. His laughter, a grating electronic cackle, rings out over the pandemonium. He's not just causing destruction, he's savoring it, a connoisseur of chaos. Just as a particularly nasty-looking energy beam is about to vaporize a historic clock tower, a green streak blurs past, intercepting the blast with a sound like a thunderclap. The beam dissipates harmlessly into green-tinged energy. Standing defiantly in the middle of the street, dust and debris swirling around her, is She-Hulk. But something's different. She's not just wearing her usual durable hero attire. Tucked under one arm is a hefty, leather-bound briefcase. Her expression isn't just one of heroic determination, it's one of professional annoyance. MODOK swivels his massive head to face her. "Ah, the verdant Valkyrie, come to be crushed by my supreme intellect?" He gloats, his tiny limbs twitching with excitement. She-Hulk doesn't even flinch, she just sighs, a sound that could curdle milk. "MODOK," she begins, her voice booming with authority, yet laced with the weariness of a lawyer facing a frivolous lawsuit. "Mr. Organism, I am Jennifer Walters, attorney at law, and you, sir, have been served." With a flick of her wrist, she pulls a folded document from her briefcase. It's not a weapon, it's a summons. "This is for public nuisance, willful destruction of property, creating a hostile environment, and frankly just being an absolute eyesore." MODOK is momentarily stunned into silence, his giant face contorting in confusion. Served. He, the supreme intellect, being handed legal papers in the middle of his glorious rampage. The absurdity of it all fuels his rage. "Insolent fool! Your petty laws mean nothing to MODOK! I am the law!" He fires another psionic beam, this one wider and more powerful, aimed directly at her. But Jennifer is ready. She's not just a powerhouse, she's an athlete. She dodges with a dancer's grace, a seamless cartwheel that avoids the blast by inches. The beam carves a deep trench in the asphalt where she just stood. "Actually," she shouts back, her voice never losing its confident, legalistic tone, "according to the precedent set in Stark Industries versus Hammer Tech, the use of unapproved proprietary weaponry within metropolitan limits constitutes a Class A felony. You're looking at serious time, Chrome Dome." She leaps onto the hood of a wrecked bus, using it as a springboard to launch herself into the air. MODOK, enraged by her legal jargon, fires a rapid succession of smaller blasts. Jen weaves through them like an Olympic gymnast, twisting and turning in midair. And let's not forget City of New York versus Dr. Octopus, which clearly establishes liability for any and all structural damages resulting from superpowered altercations. Your insurance, assuming you even have any, is going to be a nightmare. With each legal point she makes, she gets closer. She's not just fighting him, she's building a case against him, brick by destructive brick. MODOK is getting flustered. He's used to heroes who just punch. This one is quoting case law at him. It's unnerving. He concentrates his power, a shimmering force field flickering to life around his hover chair. "Your prattling is irrelevant. You cannot breach my defenses." "Objection!" She-Hulk bellows, now just feet away from him in the air. With a final, powerful kick off the side of a skyscraper, she closes the distance. She grabs the back of his ridiculously oversized hover chair, her green fingers digging into the metal. MODOK's tiny eyes widen in panic. He's never been grappled like this before. His chair is his fortress, and she's just grabbed it like a toy. "Motion to dismiss! Denied!" Jen grunts, her muscles straining. She uses his own momentum against him, twisting in the air. For a moment, they are suspended against the sky, a bizarre tableau of green muscle and grotesque science. Then, with a mighty roar, she performs the most incredible, legally sound suplex in history. Down they plummet, a green and metal comet aimed directly at the grand fountain in the center of the plaza. The impact is colossal. Water explodes 50 feet into the air, drenching the entire square. The stone cherubs of the fountain are blasted into pebbles. When the water settles, MODOK's hoverchair is sputtering and half-submerged, sparking erratically. He's disoriented, his massive head lolling as water drips from his brow. The psionic gem on his forehead flickers weakly. She-Hulk rises from the ruined fountain, water streaming off her. She cracks her knuckles, the sound sharp and final. She strides over to the dazed MODOK, who is trying feebly to restart his chair's engines. She leans in close, her shadow falling over his giant, confused face. "And now," she says, her voice low and dangerous, "for my closing argument." She draws back her fist. It glows with a faint green energy, all her power, all her frustration, all her legal fury concentrated into one point. She drives her fist forward, a perfect right hook that connects squarely with his force field. There's a deafening crack, like a sheet of glass the size of a building shattering into 1,000,000 pieces. The force field explodes in a shower of hexagonal light particles. The punch continues, its momentum barely slowed, and connects with the side of MODOK S, head with a sound like a wrecking ball hitting a shipping container. Clang! MODOK's head rings like a bell. His eyes spin in opposite directions, little cartoon birds practically circling his head. His systems short out completely, and his hoverchair slumps, finally powerless, into the murky water of the fountain. He's out cold. Jennifer Walters stands over her defeated, and now legally liable opponent. She shakes out her hand, then reaches into her still miraculously intact briefcase. She pulls out a small device and attaches it to MODOK's chair. It's a parking boot. A very, very large parking boot. She looks around at the devastation, then pulls out her phone. "Hey, cleanup crew, it's Walters. Yeah, downtown. I've got a public nuisance violation ready for pickup, and you're gonna need a tow, a big one. Bill it to AIM. She hangs up, a satisfied smirk on her face. Justice, it turns out, isn't just blind. Sometimes it's lean, green, and hits with the full force of the law. Thanks for watching. If you love seeing superheroes get creative, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more epic showdowns. Let me know in the comments who you think She-Hulk should serve papers to next. See ya.